Hey there, welcome to my YouTube channel, The Warning Man Abroad, and we are watching the video Travel Requirements for Tourists to Singapore. Yes, we are going to talk about air travel pass today in this video. Now, before I start, there is currently no news about India's Singapore travel, but the purpose of this video is to help you understanding the whole process and what we can expect going forward. So please watch this video till the end to have detailed knowledge, and I have some important point of contacts to share which can help you down the line. I'm going to keep this video in English because it's for everyone. कोई सवाल है अगर आपके अपनी language में, you can put that in the comment section of the video and I'll definitely answer. Now, how to apply pre-departure requirements, arrival in Singapore. These are the important aspects which we are going to talk about. Now, foreigners who are short-term visitors, including businesses and official travelers, traveling from Brunei Darussalam, mainland China, New Zealand, Taiwan, are the countries, regions which may seek entry into Singapore by applying for an Air Travel Pass, ATP. It stands for Air Travel Pass. Singapore citizens, permanent residents, PRs, long-term pass holders must travel via the returning PR lanes. Okay, work pass holders, general lane or student pass holder lane. These travelers should not apply for an ATP to travel to Singapore. That I'll discuss in a separate video though. But now you have to submit your application 7 to 30 days, calendar days before your intended date of travel. There's no charge for the ATP pass. Now, when an ATP application is approved, an approval letter will be sent to the applicant via email. Now, the ATP is valid for a single entry into Singapore, anytime up to 7 calendar days. After that, you can request an extension. So yes, there's a provision for extension as well. Now, how to submit Air Travel Pass? It can be done. Uska jo link hai, I'll leave that in the description of this video so you can see it there. But there's no option for Indians, as you can see here in this form I'm trying to show you. Now, important disclaimer: Singapore can make changes to the whole program at their own discretion, and chances are that they can cancel your safe travel pass due to the force of circumstances. Visitors will be notified of changes to the conditions or cancellations of their air travel passes. Some important resources for you: if you have any questions and queries, you can fill the contact form and also raise your concerns through it. Uska jo link hai, that will be given in the description of that video. By the way, you can also call them directly if you have any queries. That's 68125555. Then what is the next step? Then submit your visa applications. Must separately obtain valid visa after receiving their air travel pass approval and before departing for Singapore. Requirements for the visa application can be found in the link which should be given in the description. So make sure that you check description after watching this video so that you have everything handy. Now, important note here: SG arrival card is not a visa. Don't confuse it with your visa. And if you want to understand more, again, I'll leave a link where you can actually go and check what SG arrival card is all about. It's basically an e-service. Okay, so that is it, guys. Now, valid visa holders will still need to present valid proof of entry approval. That is your Air Travel Pass approval email. So you should apply for Air Travel Pass early, because later you would need to submit your visa applications. Now, what are the pre-departure requirements under Air Travel Pass? So first of all, your travel history is checked. Remain in their declared point of departure in the last 21 consecutive days before departing for Singapore. Monitor health status before departure. Visitors should not travel to Singapore if they have any COVID symptoms. So then you have mandatory COVID-19 travel insurance which needs to be purchased with a minimum coverage of 30,000 Singapore dollars for COVID-19 related medical treatment and hospitalization costs. You should carry a physical copy of it when you are arriving there. Okay. Third is SG arrival card. Submit their health declaration, travel history, your accommodation declaration electronically via SG arrival card. So अब आपको समझ में आ गया, okay, what is SG arrival card? It's basically e-service for all these things. No earlier than 3 days prior to their date of arrival in Singapore. Okay, so you have to submit SG arrival card. All the declaration has to be done through SG arrival card 3 days prior to your date of arrival in Singapore. Okay, link would be given in the description. Then non-residential accommodation and individual room with attached toilet needs to be there, because you have to book your accommodation in Singapore to serve out their isolation period for 1 or 2 days while waiting for their on arrival COVID-19 PCR test results. Now I'm giving Singapore approved list of hotels. That's again in the description, you can check that. Now after that, you need Trace Together app. So visitors are required to download and register their profiles on Trace Together app to aid contact tracing. Now children who are aged 7 to 12 will be issued Trace Together tokens, but children who are below the age of 7 need not to have Trace Together app. Registration and payment of on arrival COVID-19 PCR test. Visitors should also register and make payment for their on arrival COVID-19 PCR test prior to departing for Singapore. Link would be given for that in the description. Then we will talk about your arrival in Singapore, how it's going to be like. Now visitors who need to purchase Singapore dollars or SIM cards or rent mobile phones should do so in the airport transit area. At arrival immigration in Singapore, visitors must present to the some documents to the ICA officer, and those are going to be your a valid air travel pass approval letter, electronic or physical copy for the specified period of entry into Singapore. Then you need a valid visa, an electronic or physical copy of your travel insurance policy with a minimum coverage of 30,000 Singapore dollars for COVID-19 medical treatment and hospitalization cost. A mobile device with the Trace Together app installed, downloaded and installed with their profile registered on the app. Okay, and Trace Together token for those eligible to be issued with a token, as we discussed earlier. Now, a visitor who is not able to provide such documents will be denied entry. Then we have transport from airport to accommodation, how it's going to be like. So take PCR test afterwards and book your accommodation in Singapore approved list of hotels. You have to take private transport from the airport, and use of transport in the first 2 days is public transport in the first 2 days is prohibited. Then we will talk about self-isolation and notification of on arrival COVID-19 PCR test results. The results of the on arrival COVID-19 PCR test will be out within 48 hours. Once visitors have been notified that they have tested negative for COVID-19, they can leave their declared accommodation which you booked for 1 or 2 days and go about their activities in Singapore. Okay. All right guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you find this video useful. अगर आपको ये वीडियो अच्छी लगी है, then please give it a thumbs up. And if you're visiting this channel for the first time, you're watching this video for the first time, you can explore more playlists on my channel and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the bell icon so that you are the first one to receive these kind of interesting travel updates for your safe travel. And take very good care of yourself. Until then, goodbye.